Yeah, because what's interesting is, like you said, you know, those ages from 1 to 7, that's where you learn about the world. That's when you're conditioned. You know, your conditioning is what you see, your environment. And when, you know, you hear that's how the poor stay poor and the rich stay rich, and because you're in that environment, straight away, you're hearing lack.
Yeah.
I don't have enough. I don't have enough when I go to school. You know, we can't do this. You know, we don't have enough money. So I feel like a lot of people believe that in their conditioning and they grow up in life. So I think that's very interesting. You growing up in that type of environment, like you said, you were poor. Like even for you to think about the places you lived, like it's an incredible story. So how do you feel that affected you coming through life?
To be honest, affected me. And since these days, it does.
Till now.
Because I've been doing like a lot of healing. Like I'm a very spiritual person. I think in the last 8 years, I reconnected with my energy. But there is some things I do sometimes, and then I have to reflect into it. And it's like, why I'm doing this? Like, why I'm acting this way? You know, asking myself, and then try to go back. And it's like, obviously, I had this lack of everything. So I've been living in a survival mode for such a long time. And then now it's like, okay, I'm trying to like be better. Sometimes be better is like, it's very challenging because you have to fight with yourself internally. Like kind of like every time, I feel like so many times I've been having like good opportunities, but I've been kind of self-sabotage myself because I don't feel like I'm worth it. I feel like I'm not confident or I'm not skilled to do it. And this is a poor mindset, which I have to be fighting because in my subconscious mind, it's always like a little black box where to record everything. And even though I've been doing a lot of healing and things, I have to every single day fight with myself. And obvious, what I say right now is like, if you have the opportunity to support someone, just make they believe they can do anything. And the circumstances, it doesn't define who they are or who they're gonna be. And I wish, that's why every day I try to be always super positive, because that's what the only thing I have in my life, you know. Even when I left my home and underage, like 18 or something, I had to start working in anything because I didn't have any money. It's like, you can't just say, oh, I'm not gonna do this. No, you have to do it, even though, because $10 or zero, or I don't eat.
You don't eat. But one thing, I want to stop you there because I resonate with you so much, and I want to tell a little story. But learning about this, you know, even me, I've been going through recently anxiety, or, you know, I've always been positive. I've always had a positive mindset. And it's like just recently I felt like I had an awakening, you know. And I think in life, oftentimes you say, oh, I'm chasing my dreams, or I'm manifesting what I want, but we're living in survival mode.
Yeah.
And like you said, you know, what happens when you're in survival mode? So, you know, for example, when you're walking and a car's coming at you, that's your sympathetic nervous system. It knows how to, you know, it's protecting you.
Yes.
It's there, it analyzes everything, but it goes into a drive, you know, it narrows its focus. It focuses, it's looking at the threat. Where's the threat? In my environment. You know, that's how we became humans. So when you're living life, you, let's say, going and doing a speech, or you having something coming in your life, even sometimes speaking in front of a group of 4 or 5 people, those same systems are running.
Yeah, the same. They did, because they don't know who was it in the past or who is right now, or the situation might be tricked you.
Yeah. On this path of life that I'm on right now, I'm always thinking about the future. I'm always thinking about my financial future. How can I make important moves now that are going to impact me when I'm older? This video is sponsored by Raiz. Every time you get an income, you can set weekly, monthly, daily investment goals. You can put aside money while you're growing and seeking the best future for yourself. For me, what I do is every week I have an amount and it puts the money into the stock market. It's all about compounded interest. The actions and the things that you do today are impacting your future. So for me to continually having that compounding interest of money being put away into the stock market, by the time I'm 30, 40, 50 years old, that amount is generational wealth. That is the power of compounded interest. It's always important to think about your future, always important to think about tomorrow and 20 to 30, 40 years from now. What Raiz has done with the Rubasha Family podcast, they're going to give you $5 once you sign up with the Raiz app and you're approved. You can start your financial journey today. None of this is financial advice. Hit the link in the description, get $5 into your account once you're approved, and get started on your investment journey today.
So the triggers are super important to recognize, and it's not easy.
Yeah.
No, not easy. And even like now, you have to say, like, my family is still like poor, you know, a little bit better, but still poor, you know. And I wish it wouldn't be in that situation. I've done everything I could in the past 10 years to help them, but there is some point like you have to say, now I say to myself, I can't keep going because this has been limiting myself, you know. I have to just let it go, and it's very painful. It's very, even like now when I face like situation or I meet people, when I want to launch something, I want to do something, it's like you make excuses in your subconscious mind because you can't make it. And it's like, no, I can make it.
You can.
But that internal fight is challenge.
It's and that's what I wanted to get you. I feel you so much because, like you said, it is a war every single day. And the thing is, a lot of the times in life, when we're going through, you know, we live 70% of time in survival mode.
Yeah.
So now when you're going through that stress or that, you know, that constant need of trying to predict things in your life, you're going through those moments, it weighs on your mind. And then a lot of people are unconscious of the programs. They tell themselves they're not good enough. You're unconscious. Sometimes you're running a program because you're not present, you're not in the moment. So now all these thoughts are coming and you're not even recognizing them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, I had to realize, okay, if something goes well in my life, I'm happy. But when something goes bad in my life, I'm sad. Why is this? I don't like this feeling. And what we're learning is, like, a lot of people, we allow our environment to dictate the way we feel. Exactly. Or the way we think, you know. So it's like, in life, can you think greater than how you feel? And like you said, when you feel like that, that's the stress, that's the anxiety, and it's a battle every single day. Even, for example, if I go to the shop, I'm starting to worry about, oh, the money in my bank account. That's the stress, that's the anxiety, you know. That's what I'm learning. Like, no, go there and have a greater feeling than how you can think, be greater than your environment. But it starts with the way you think. And you know, if you keep hearing that we were poor, we don't have enough, if you're not conscious of that program, it's going to eat away you know. And that's how, yeah, it's just so fascinating.
It's fascinating. And that's why when people say, as you say, so it's so difficult to become poor and then be someone or stay poor. Yeah, that's true, because environment is so important. And sometimes you don't even see it. Sometimes you run in this repeated pattern over and over, and then you say, why? Like, what is this happening to me? And it's like, hold on a second. You have to step back to say, oh, it's not happening to me. It's like, I decided to happen. And being more conscious, being more present, being like learning. Sometimes you have to, I feel in this moment of my life, I had to give up so many things. Like, I thought they were right, but yeah, probably it's not right. It's like, I thought they were the best, but to be honest, right now, those things doesn't serve me to go where I wanted to go.